Okay, so this is the last segment of our presentation this morning. We want to talk about what's new or what the future is holding for all of you. Okay, so we'll just talk about three things looking forward, kind of what the future is. Hopefully, you brought a crystal ball also, and yours might be better than mine. We'll look at digital currency transactions. There's a bunch of real estate transactions going on with real estate, and the future of DFI, our agency. Okay, so looking forward. So as you all know, rates have increased sharply since Q2 or in Q2 2022. And, it doesn't look like the rates are going to start dropping anytime soon. And, kind of to put it in perspective, these rates at 5%, 5.5%, they're still good for consumers, just not as good as the 2% that, we were enjoying for quite a long time. But it does not look like the Fed is going to be raising rates anytime soon, as they're trying to slow the rate of inflation down. We're already seeing and projecting industry contractions. So in the past couple of weeks, we saw 4, maybe 5 companies suddenly close their doors or file for bankruptcy. So, that's all happening. Refinance activity has significantly slowed down. I'm sure you all noticed that. And now, all of you MLOs are competing for the same purchase transactions. So as we saw in the past mortgage meltdown, we get a lot more complaints from you all looking at what other MLOs are doing, maybe thinking that they're not quite following the laws, and so you start to complain about them. So complaints we expect are going to start to tick up as you folks are taking a look at other MLO practices. Looking ahead, so not to put you all out of a job, but people are asking, do we really need MLOs?
Yes.
Yeah. Good answer. So the the reason they're asking this is really about the millennials, younger generation, Gen Z, Gen X. Yeah, they're all looking towards the internet and doing all of these loans online. They don't want to meet with anyone. They just want to purely interact with their mobile device or with their laptop or computer, right? They feel like they don't need another person. Companies are also using artificial intelligence for processing loans, right? They don't need as many processors or underwriters. And then, of course, there's the digital currency transactions or the cryptocurrency transactions in real estate. So what is this? For those of you who don't know what this is, so this is a form of digital or virtual units. It's really math when it comes down to it. It's really a mathematical computation. There's nothing for you to hold or see. There's no central bank that's issuing any of this. It's purely a mathematical transaction, and people are investing in it. They're buying stuff with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. There's over 1,000 different coins that you could purchase and use. So what are people doing with all of these cryptocurrency or digital currency? Today, about 1/3 of small businesses accept crypto payments. So not too much in Hawaii, but recently I've been to San Francisco, and you can see all of the little vendors are using crypto. So you can buy, whatever food or sometimes furniture with the crypto. Fintech platforms are making it easier for these peer-to-peer transactions, right? Okay, and as you know, the best way to use all of these big dollar Bitcoin or Ethereum is to buy a home, right? And so there have been 2 home purchases that I know of in Hawaii using crypto. Did they need an MLO? No. Did they need a title company? No. No escrow, no attorneys. It's really, I got a property, you got the Bitcoin, I accept your the amount you want to give me. 10 minutes, all done. Property transferred. All the buyer had to do was to register that with either the land court or the Bureau of Conveyances, just to make sure the title is still good. It's really a private transaction, and the only 2 coins that can be, and I use that term loosely, coins, the only 2 coins that can be used for the real estate transactions right now are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the 2 transactions in Hawaii, one used Bitcoin, the other one used Ethereum. Some mortgage lenders are also experimenting with the option to allow consumers to pay with crypto, Bitcoin or Ethereum. I don't know if folks remember, but in and I think it was second quarter 2020, United Wholesale Mortgage, which was at that time the second largest mortgage lender, said that they were going to do crypto transactions. Didn't really work out that well. It closed up after, I think, 3 or 4 months. So here's how crypto can be done. It can be used just for the down payment, and then a consumer can get like a regular cash or mortgage. Fintech platforms are using crypto-backed loans, and so the APRs currently range from 1% to 6%. It really hasn't changed since March of 2020 when I first looked at it. Crypto is mostly used to purchase cars. You know, Tesla was accepting it. I think you could buy a Toyota with Bitcoin. And then there was one more other dealership, I can't remember right now, that you could purchase a new car with crypto. As I said, fast, right? Fast transaction. You get the dealer to accept whatever Bitcoin you're trying to transact with. 10 minutes, deal is done. You can have your brand new car. Some of the crypto companies are claiming to help consumers from the unbanked to high net worth individuals expand their lending options by leveraging their crypto assets. So they're using their crypto as collateral, not to actually buy things with. And then the theory is that in that particular situation is that they don't have to liquidate that crypto that they have. Hopefully it continues to either hold its value or increase in value. Or, as we saw recently, there were what we would call margin calls. The collateral value of the Bitcoin had dropped so significantly that the lenders or servicers were asking for additional collateral. And they didn't want any more Bitcoin or Ethereum. They wanted cash. This crypto as collateral is not available in all states. I'm not sure if it's available in Hawaii. As I said, you could just outright buy a piece of property or cars. It's almost impossible to determine the loan-to-value ratio. just because of the fluctuation in the pricing. If you're following Bitcoin, it fluctuates, I would say, almost every hour. Different platforms are posting different prices, so it's hard to tell exactly what your collateral is worth. And every lender is going to have a different LTV equation or tolerance level. And each coin might have a different value. And so if you're going to do this or help your clients with using Bitcoin or Ethereum as a collateral, you want to make sure you, one, understand what it is, and two, understand and hope that your client understands what they're getting into. And then just be aware that your client might have to add additional collateral in cash if the valuation drops. So, stable coins. Some consumers thought, okay, they're not going to take a chance on this Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're going to use that stable coin. But, as I said, these cryptocurrencies, it's just based on math. We recently saw one stable coin go down from, I don't know what the valuation was, but overnight it went down to zero. A whole bunch of consumers lost money on that. So, that was, even though the name was stable coin, it wasn't that stable. It's really just based on math. So the drop in prices, as I said, could alter the LTV negatively. And if your client is a crypto believer, they believe that the real estate value will eventually be large enough part of the collateral to neutralize any of the volatility in the crypto. That might be way in the future. Okay, so if you wanted to help your client do this, the crypto is really transmitted from buyer to seller, or it's the other way around. It's a wallet-to-wallet transfer. They need to agree on the price, and here's where the most disputes come in, is when is the valuation pegged at? What platform are they going to be using? Each platform has different pricing. The time of the transaction is going to play a big part in what the value of that Bitcoin or Ethereum is going to be. You want to make sure that your client has enough crypto to do the transaction. There's no real estate agent involved, no escrow, no title verification. Importantly, it's not reversible. Once the transaction happens, it cannot be reversed. And then, of course, your client would have to register the chain of title by themselves, or you could do it for them. Just add one more wrinkle. NFTs. These are non-fungible tokens. And really the way that I was exposed to non-fungible tokens is really a way to own digital art or digital music. But, as you know, since these are just smart contracts, they could be used for real estate transactions. So you would, these are just the contracts that are being identified as an NFT contract. I don't think any of our Hawaii transactions happen this way. So I did find one example, and this is still the only example there is that I could find. And this happened in Florida using the real estate startup Proppy. They're no longer in business, so don't Google them. But they were able to help with the purchase of one piece of property for Ethereum. They created an NFT as the proof of ownership. And then what it had in there was all of the information that you would expect, right, in a real estate contract. It had the size of the property, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, the sales history, any of the taxes. I mean, it had everything in it. So, that's how they captured the particular transaction. What they found out during that transaction is that the NFT had to be linked to an LLC. So they could not sell it to an individual. It had to be sold to an LLC. And as you know, the owners or the managers of the LLC can change, and that's how the property can change hands, is through the LLC. Real estate transactions, this is probably what your clients might be thinking about. This is the easiest way to purchase real estate. You can do cash out for down payments. In Austin, Texas, there was a home purchase. That was the very first home purchase transaction that I could find. And the seller, I think it was smart, only accepted cash. So, they had to do an exchange of the crypto, and then it was exchanged for cash. It only took 10 minutes to do that particular transaction. Everybody walked away happy. So if you want to help your customers or your clients do these crypto transactions, you might want to ask a few questions. Why do they want to use crypto to buy this real estate? Remind them that crypto is decentralized. And really just be curious. Hopefully they're not money laundering. Just want to be really careful about that. If they want to take out a mortgage and repay with crypto, you want to ask about that. Make sure the servicer will also accept the crypto, or they will have to exchange it for cash in order to pay the servicer. And then, as I said, crypto is really volatile. So you want to make sure that you know what you're doing, when you're going to do it, which platform you're going to use. All right. And then here's the legal part about it. There's no state law in Hawaii governing cryptocurrency, except that Hawaii treats cryptocurrency transactions as money transmission. It's the only law that we have. There are no cryptocurrency companies that are licensed as money transmitters in Hawaii. Okay. All right, so is this the future, this cryptocurrency? We have a project going on. It started back in 2020. It was originally going to end in June of 2022, this past June. We thought that the legislature might do one of two things, either exempt cryptocurrency from our money transmitter law, or allow us to regulate and license these cryptocurrency companies. They did neither. And what we're left with is the study is still going on for another 2 years. Okay, so the last thing is, what is the future of DFI? So as you can tell, we're expanding. I have a number of, if you're tired of doing this MLO activity, a lot of regulations, come join us on our side. It's really fun. It's not the dark side. So we have positions opened at DFI. If you or someone you know is looking for a job, we are looking for, folks who have some experience. Compliance examiners, as you heard, do compliance examinations of banks, mortgage loan originator companies, servicers, and escrow depositories. We also have examiners who do what we call safety and soundness, which is really doing the financial aspects or conditions of all of our licensees. And then we have our website that you can find all of our jobs. I think that is my last slide. Yep. Oops. Yep. Any questions about what we think the future holds? All right. And again, you can find us at our email address, gfi-nmls@dcca.hawaii.gov, or give us a call at 808-586-2820. Someone is always there to answer your call. We don't have an automated calling system. Someone will actually pick up the phone. We would like to thank Olelo for filming our presentations for today. Olelo will be showing these on Olelo Channel 49 on September 16 at 6 o'clock, September 18 at 10 o'clock, September 19 at 8 o'clock a.m., and September 20 at 1:30 p.m. And that's all on Olelo Channel 49. We will also post that on our website. We'll also have a link to this for our YouTube channel, for all those of you who love YouTube. DCCA also has a channel. We probably have the most videos on there. Let's see. What else is going on? Renewals are coming up. Don't forget. Renewals are coming up. The portal is going to open November 1, and the last day to renew or have your license renewed is December 31st. Please do not wait till December 31st to start that process. I'm just going to say it's going to be too late. Allison?
I just wanted to add.
Wait, come up here. Allison.
On the renewal. Let me go here.
Yep.
Okay, since I have a little captive audience, one of the things I've noticed this year for the MLOs, there's a lot of you, and please share this with your friends and your compadres that are also licensed MLOs. There's a lot of you that haven't done your CE yet, your continuing education. If you haven't done your CE, you're not going to be able to apply for renewal come November 1st. The NLS will not allow you to apply for renewal unless your CE is completed. Likewise, if you're someone who is involved with a company, you own a company, make sure that you have any MCR license items cleared. Same thing will happen. If you have any MCR items, and your company cannot apply for renewal until the MCR items are cleared. So those are the two things that will prevent you guys from applying for renewal. We will be posting and sending out correspondence, probably sometime in October, as far as reminding everybody of what needs to be done to apply for renewal. But for right now, if you guys can get your CE done, that will be able to open the door come November 1st that you can apply for renewal. I know Gary had something he wanted to share as well, so when I'm done, he can come up and share. But that's another thing I also want to appeal, and please share with all of your friends as well. Please make sure that your guys' contact information and your MU4 and your NLS is accurate, because we don't usually contact you unless we absolutely have to, but many times that information is not accurate, and so then we can't contact you guys if we need to for some reason. So I'm just making an appeal to have you guys review your profiles and then update them accordingly. But that's the biggest things right now that you can do to prepare yourselves for renewals. MLOs, do your CE. Companies, make sure you don't have any MCR items outstanding, license items outstanding. And then, Gary, you want to say something really quick?
Just stand up here, I can go up there, whatever you guys prefer.
You can come up if you want.
All right, great.
Yeah, and to that point, Gary Rosenberg making an announcement on behalf of the Hawaii Association of Mortgage Brokers. We have 2 continuing education events this month. On September 22nd, it's a Thursday. We're bringing, NAMBI is bringing out Jeff Wilson, who is a retired major, and he's worked for the VA for 22 years. He's teaching the latest course, which is the Certified Veterans Lending Specialist, or the CVLS, and it's an intensive VA training course, so there's an exam. However, if you pass the written exam at the end, you're allowed to market yourself as a certified veterans lending specialist. And then the next day is the annual conference and the in-person CE class. And that is an all-day class with David Luna from the mainland. He's a great speaker, very entertaining, and he also has an extensive knowledge because he was the commissioner for Washington State and also has owned and been a mortgage loan originator, so knows both sides of it. So that is on Friday, the 23rd, and both of these events are at the Pearl Country Club. So if you go to ham.org, it has the sign-ups there, and anyway, it's a great thing, just like she alluded to. Do check your NMLS status. A lot of times you might have your credit report or your fingerprinting that needs to be done, and that stuff, you have to make up appointments at least for the fingerprinting, so it's always good to stay on top. Thanks for giving us the time for that.
All right, so this will end our 2022 session. You know how to find us. We hope we know how to find you if we have any questions. Certainly we're open to, interacting with you folks through the phone or via email. You can also come to our office. We're always surprised when people come to our office, but we do have people at our office every day. Anyway, thank you for being here, and thank you, Alelo, for filming our presentation for today. Mahalo.